I do have a full cover. It goes fender to fender, and I do put that on the bike when it's in the garage for the winter. Just it's nice for me when I go out there. It's clean. I jump on. Might need to dust it a little bit, but it does keep it in pretty good shape.
Yeah, it keeps cats laying on your seat if you got cats in your house because they like leather and they like you're in the garage and it's warm. Some people do have heated garages.
I'm not that luxury, yeah.
But animals and that kind of stuff keeps it out of there.
Yeah, I was going to say pest control.
Yeah.
That's a big thing to add to your cover. Whether you want to do as simple as like old school mothballs, setting out mouse traps, things like that. That is crucial. The last thing you want to do is have a rodent nest in your air filter box, or heaven forbid they chew on the wires.
Yeah.
Like that. That's an expensive repair. You're going to have to call your insurance company over.
Yeah. Yeah. On the Roadmaster, one thing we didn't cover was leather care. We do have a leather seat. I think it's called Leather Honey, if I remember right. It just very little bit of it. It's an oil that you put on. You coat the entire seat with it. You let it sit for about 24, 30 hours, and then you just go out and you just buff it off.
I actually saw that stuff at your house.
Yeah, and it keeps the leather moisturized, keeps it soft, and avoids cracking, things like that. So would recommend doing that prior to putting the bike up too. I do my seat several times throughout the summer.
And it lasts a long time because he has a bottle he's had 20 years.
No, not quite that long. But it does take very, very little. Very, very little. It is an oil.
Yeah. So, and in the springtime, we'll come back here and we'll talk about what we need to do to get our bikes back on the road safely. Because, a lot of things could happen over winter when they're just sitting in the garage and that kind of stuff. But, I think updates to software, all that kind of stuff. Because I don't know what Indian's going to be coming out, but I'm sure they're going to have some updates. They use it every 6 months or something like that.
Yeah, that new software for the Challengers is supposed to help keep from draining batteries down from sitting.
Yeah,
they're pretty notorious for it. The Challengers are.
Now, to go into that, because the Challenger, I know somebody has a Challenger they finally did get the update because they got the GPS modular, but a lot of people, if they have a limited and they're like pre-23, I guess. They don't have the CarPlay. I guess you have to have the new update to have the CarPlay, but you can do a workaround with it if you just do a USB to cord phone and get CarPlay. So a lot of people are really adamant not to do any upgrades for the software. Can you speak to some of that?
I can't for you. One, I'm bad with technology.
Yeah.
I'm
just saying updates are good for bikes, right? Or they're not trying to,
But I can understand people's apprehension because if we go away from motorcycles, I don't update any of my phones ever. My wife's an engineer, so she's constantly yelling at me for it. But I'm always like, hey, that's planned obsolescence, right?
Yeah.
You do an update and all of a sudden your battery doesn't last as long.
Yeah.
So I can't really speak to it, but what I do know is some of our customers have used the plug-in wireless adapters for CarPlay, and they've been running Android Auto on them.
Okay.
And I've seen issues out of them. And I think that the issues that we're seeing out of them is because usually these are products made in China. They're not made to a high standard, and they're causing some sort of, I don't know if they're getting backfed voltage into the system, but we've had it go so far as we've had to replace some infotainments because of it. So just be aware of that and understand that if it's not a good quality product, if you're getting it from one of those silly Chinese sites, the Wish, the Temu. All those places, I would probably say it's not a good product.
That's where Tracy gets all his parts from.
Yeah, it checks out.
For the Royal Mess.
Yeah. What was that?
Actually, I get most of my parts from India because they are.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's where they make them. So,
what is the comment for less?
It says, do you use California Duster? What's that?
California Duster. I apparently not, because I'm not exactly sure what it is. I use a lot of spray wax and microfiber towels. I buy the microfibers in bulk.
What is the stuff? What is the stuff that you like? What is it? Let's put that in the chat.
Called Wash All Wax All.
Wash all, wax all.
Yeah, you can buy it by the gallon. You can get it on Amazon.
Oh yeah, it's one of these.
And You can dilute it. You can actually use it like as a car wash, I don't know, soap or whatever you want to call it. You can dilute it, use it that way. It'll give you a little bit of wax coating. I use it straight out of the bottle and just spray it right onto the surface after I've cleaned it. And you can wipe it down, then you flip the rag over and you can buff it out.